Well, hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and theirs. This is Tara Shapansky from the Polish-American Brotherhood and Adam Francisco from Be Free My Sheeple. And you're listening to the T&A Show, the Tara and Adam Show.
All right, guys, welcome back to our channel. We are live for another episode of the T&A Show, streaming at you guys from Adam Francisco as well as Polish-American Brotherhood. Welcome back, Tara. It's good to see you again. And today we have a very special guest. We have the world-famous entrepreneur, business owner, Clay Clark. So, Clay, if you could introduce yourself for our audience, we would love that.
Yeah, well, I'm Clay Clark. I'm the founder of the Reawaken America Tour, co-founder of the Reawaken America Tour, one of the people who's been working on the Reawaken America Tour. And to my friend is Aaron Antis, who runs Shaw Homes, Oklahoma's largest home building company. Hey. And both of us are gainfully employed doing many other things. Yes. And it occurred to us both that really you can't sell homes if your employees aren't allowed to come to work because of various lockdowns, mandates, etc. And you can't actually, I mean, a lot of my clients, I have 160 clients in all different countries, all different states all over America. A lot of them in New York, a lot of clients in California who've said they're not allowed to run their business as they previously were allowed to due to various mandates. Yeah. And so I felt like we needed to, I needed to take my time, my treasure, my talent, and ask God, how can I use my time, treasure, talent to help save this nation? And so the Reawaken America Tour was born via a phone call. I called General Flynn. I said, I feel like God wants us to get together to share the truth about various things that'll probably get me banned off of YouTube for talking about. So that is false, and that is false, and is false, and is false, and we should get people back to God. And General Flynn said, you're absolutely right that is false, and is false, and we should do this thing. So we did the event, and then we allowed people to name their price to the event. We've always done that. And so if you're going to timetofreeamerica.com, you can learn the truth about and whoop, whoop, and you can learn all that there. And you can name your price, though, so everybody can afford to go to these events. And then Aaron, what Aaron does is, because we have people like, you know, Mike Lindell and General Flynn and Sidney Powell and Jim Caviezel, these big names that are at these events. Aaron, who's used to dealing with people with, you know, big time real estate deals and couples at a very crucial time in their life when they're building a new house. He manages that stress level and connects the speakers. He and his wife and his brother and his sister-in-law, they really are an incredible team back there behind the scenes. So here we are. And I can tell you, for a pro tip, if you're looking to make a lot of money by allowing people to come to an event where you allow them to name their price, doing the Reawaken America Tour is not a pro tip for you. But I can tell you, it's waking up a lot of people. People love it. These are 2- and 3-day events. And I just got off the phone with Sarah, who works with Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk just joined the lineup for January 14th and 15th. We've got Mike Lindell's joined the lineup, the hip hop group. Don't forget Eric Trump. Eric Trump has now joined the lineup. Ian Smith, the gym owner from New Jersey, has joined the lineup. Dr. Jane Ruby's joined the lineup. The hip-hop duo, a lot of people don't know these guys, but High Res, phenomenal hip-hop duo there, and Jimmy Levy, they've joined the duo. They're awesome. Up and coming. Awesome. Kim Clement, his daughter, Donna Clement, is joining the tour. Jovan Pulitzer is joining the tour. I mean, the energy's next level.
Wendy Rogers,
the U.S. Senator, is joining who's helping to expose the truth about They're all joining the tour.
That's fantastic. I was actually just out in Phoenix for the TPUSA event as well. So I heard you guys are going to be touring back in Phoenix. I have a couple of friends who are going to be attending the event also in January 14th. So that's fantastic.
Well, tell me this, because I've heard so many good things about the event you just got back from in Phoenix. What was your highlight?
Watching Rittenhouse speak on stage, I feel like a lot of people came for that event as well. And I was also in Kenosha outside of the courthouse to witness such a historical event, because we were really, what this symbolized was the fight for the Second Amendment. And so seeing him speak and be at the conference, seeing Charlie Kirk, that was the second time I had also seen him speak. I was at another conference over at Restoration Weekend over at West Palm, was the first time I saw Charlie Kirk speak. So that was the first conservative conference that I'd been to. And from that, I was inspired to be attending more events, because I've been covering a lot of rallies, which are very different from conferences, because the ability to network with other professionals, and then also the energy. Like, I was going to ask you, where do you get your energy from, actually? But just connecting with everyone's energy there, I think that's part of the importance of connecting with fellow like-minded individuals.
I'll let Aaron one-up me on this. I'll just say what I did. Today, I woke up at 3 a.m. And previous to my awakening with Christ, I would have been reading like a business book. Okay. So I would wake up and I'd read like a business book. For me, that first hour of the day is very important. And I get out my calendar and I plan my day, so this is my plan for my day. So I make up my plan for my day. I make my calendar and I work at the speed and pace needed to get everything done. So being with you on this show today is very important because I have thought about it. And I feel like being here is a great use of my time. I feel like it's what God wants me to do with my time, my treasure, my talent. And I refuse to engage in any activity that I don't feel that aligns with what God wants me to do with my time. So me having an ongoing conversation, making sure that my time is being spent wisely gives me the energy needed because your listeners are action takers, they're note takers, they're researchers, they're people that deserve a quality presentation. And so much in the way, maybe like a comedian or a musician or an athlete is all revved up for the game. I'm engaged in the day because I feel like I'm doing what God's called me to do. And Aaron, he went to Rainbow Bible College. And Aaron, you've seen the behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
Where do we keep the energy from? Are we licking 9-volt batteries, or what's the plan?
Oh yeah. I think it's vitamin infused cat urine is actually what.
That's what it is. That's what you were giving me.
Yeah, but no, I think really for us, both. It's about I run a company that does 150 million a year in revenue. We're one of the biggest in the region, biggest in the state, and I didn't want to not have a business anymore. That was the main reason why I decided to jump in and throw my time, my treasure, my talent into trying to help you with these events, is because I believe that the only way for our country to get turned around is to flip it red with the blood of Jesus.
Agreed.
And to bring people back to Christ. That's the only way. And everybody's trying to flip it red in a different way. I believe everybody needs to get back to their faith in God, come back to Jesus. And that is what's going to turn things around. And I know we do a conference that's about and all those things. But really, it's about Jesus, and that doesn't get censored, so we can say that.
And I will say this, Sean Foyt, who was at the conference you were just at, he'll be performing at the Reawaken America tour.
So good.
Again, Charlie Kirk will be there. I mean, it really is, but it's not about the thing about our event. And I'm not, I wasn't at the event you're speaking of, so I'm not going to compare and contrast. I could just say our event, our speakers, we very much feel like we, the people, are all in this together.
Yes.
So most of our speakers come down and greet everybody.
Yeah.
That's a very common occurrence for people to shake everyone's hand, to meet everybody, to connect. Yeah. And I feel like there's a certain energy that happens when you don't forsake the gathering. Hebrews 10:25 from the Bible, which I know is a controversial book, but Hebrews 10:25, it says, and I'm just going to read this to you. It says, this is Hebrews 10:25. It says, not forsaking forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Again, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as ye see the day approaching. Ooh. So what that means is we need to get together.
Sounds like the First Amendment a little bit too.
So the Bible was prophesying in the future there would be a time where people would not get together. And it's saying, no, as you get closer, you need to get together even more, and you need to encourage each other and to exhort each other. So when you come out to our event, I will shake your hand. I will connect with you. If you say, please don't touch my hand, I won't do it. But there's no masks. There's no social distancing. No. There's an energy. There's an enthusiasm to it. We go from 10 a.m. to 5. No breaks. You can take a break whenever you want, but there's great energy, great praise and worship, hip hop music. We have a comedian, Jim Brewer, that comes out to these events. Hysterical. It's next level. So hopefully that is, but again, time to freeamerica.com. That's where you can learn all the truth about and whoop, whoop.
That's right. You said something earlier, and I grew up in a Jewish family. That was my religion when I was growing up. But I've seen recent studies that said our country is moving away from church attendance.
Yes.
And our country is moving away from Judeo-Christian values. I don't think that that's necessary. I don't think it's a good thing at all. I think you're absolutely right. We need to get back on track. And I think religion does keep a society with purpose. It gives them purpose, it gives them order, and it gives them structure. So I'm definitely with you about.
Well, Adam, I'm going to tell you something. This is just
back in a lot of people's hearts and minds.
I'm going to say this, Adam, and I'm sure this doesn't relate to any of the men watching this show or any of the women, but this is just me. This is my life. I built a lot of success. I thought, man, I'm going to become a millionaire before I'm 30. I built America's largest wedding DJ entertainment company at a very young age. We were doing 4,000 events a year. And I remember my first speaking event, first one, where I got paid a lot of money to go speak somewhere.
Yeah.
And I remember a person who I was not married to slips me a phone number. And it's like, hey, I love your talk. We should connect. And I'm thinking, no, not going to call you, not going to follow up, even if it's the best of intentions, because I know God is watching. And that's kind of the mindset that I have to have. For me, on a daily basis, to make the right choices, I have to believe that God is always watching and that I have to seek endless repentance, not as a one-time event. Like, I don't say like, God, I apologize for being a bad person. It's like all day, every day, I fall short of the glory of God, and only through his grace can I get into heaven. So what I'm always doing is I'm always recalibrating throughout the day and going, how could I have done a better job treating Tara in a more Christ-like way? How could I have treated Adam in a more Christ-like way? How could I have been more Christ-like? And that's sort of the aim that I try to have throughout the day. And if it weren't for that relationship with God, the level of persecution that I'm facing right now for exposing the truth about and whoop, whoop, and woo, 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 it would be too much.
If people just had the fear of God, Adam, if people just had the fear of God, all of those things you just mentioned wouldn't have happened in our country in the last 2 years.
Whatever those things were.
Whatever those things were.
Right. Yeah, whatever those things were. I mean, the one thing that Tara and I, we notice a lot is it seems like the left has become a lot more radicalized, and it seems that they're trying to remove religion from our country. And it's almost as if replacing religion and family with government. Government becomes your new daddy. Government becomes your new God. And obviously us, as we lean on the right side, we're not fans of that kind of thinking. We think that our country, and I know this is at least how I feel, Tara, you could put your thoughts into that after this, but I think we got to get back to more conservative values. I think we have to get back to family values. And I think that's the direction we have to go back in, because the pendulum, it swung too far left last year.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it comes from because at the bare basic, it's the family unit. And so we see everything that's attacking our conservative values. It's taking us away from what it means to be a family. And then to your point, Adam, with having the government then replace as father and mother, your allegiance then goes to the government. You're snitching and turning in your family. The most sacred of bonds is that family. So I completely agree with you.
I will put in the show notes things that you can post or not post, but I can tell you, if you get a chance to see Klaus Schwab, who is the head of the World Economic Forum, he is calling for the gene editing is what he's calling for. Yeah. So if you go to rumble.com and you do a search for, and I'm just giving you the actual words to search for, and that way your listeners can go there and do their own research. And I'm trying to not get anybody banned from for talking about, but if you go to rumble.com and you type the words, the fourth industrial revolution and genetically modified humans, that's where they want to take us. And that's not my opinion. That's based upon the facts written in his book, which you can buy on Amazon, called COVID-19, The Great Reset. Or you can hear his interview on Charlie Rose, where he explains in great detail what's going on. I put a link in the notes so you can share and or not share to your heart's content.
I just pulled it up right here. I just typed in the fourth industrial revolution on Rumble.
Yeah, okay. There you go. And then
I see, you guys showed up. Drive Time Show. That's you guys, right?
Yeah, it's us. Yeah. And if
awesome.
you watch it, I mean, it'll absolutely blow your mind what he says. I mean, he is saying, let me just play a little clip here for you, okay? This is a little clip here. Listen to this.
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take a genetic editing, right. Just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has...
Let me just explain what he just said. He says, the difference of the fourth industrial revolution is it's not so much changes what you're doing for a living, is it changes you. If you take the genetic editing, it's you who are changing. He looks like a tropical fish who's never had a girlfriend. This is what he's into. And I'm telling you, this is a sick freak. This guy's a sick freak. And I'm just telling you, if you get a chance to, let me listen to the lyrics of, I'm going to read this to you. Sorry to do this to you guys. I'm sorry. This is just real. Okay. So if you go to Justin Bieber and you listen to the song No Brainer. Now and ladies out there, ladies, fellas. Okay, here we go. If you were to read the lyrics, imagine that a man walked up to you and said the lyrics of the song No Brainer to you. And he actually read them to you, but he didn't read it to you. He just said these words, okay? You would probably slap him, hit him, do whatever you'd have to do.
Or a swift kick.
Yeah, but I mean, the lyrics are absolutely somewhere between perverse and crazy. The song No Brainer. But it's the actual lyrics of the song, and I'm just telling you. So these are the lyrics to the song, and you might say, well, they rhyme, they're clever, or whatever. Okay, I'm not attacking Justin Bieber. But I'm saying Klaus Schwab just said things that are far and away beyond anything that Bieber or DJ Khaled just said in the song No Brainer. So the song No Brainer summary is this guy is pontificating about the physical attributes of this woman, saying that she is in fact a no-brainer, and therefore he would like to engage in various sexual acts with her. There it is, and it's kind of clever and it rhymes, and it's okay, great. And you might say, if you met somebody who said that, you would go, whoa, I cannot believe you just said that to me. But these celebrities feel like they can say whatever with no morals, no qualms, no issue, to say whatever. Yeah. If you read the lyrics of a Snoop Dogg song, you're going to, oh my gosh. Wow. Klaus Schwab just said he says the difference of the fourth industrial revolution is not so much what's changing what you do for a living, is changing you. And he smiles if you watch him. It's changing you. If you take the genetic editing. I mean, he's the worst. And if you go to timetofreeamerica.com and you want to see what's inside the whoop, whoop, and the that they're mandating, you can see gene editing technology is in those. You go to timetofreeamerica.com, you can find it. Timetofreeamerica.com. That is the facts. And I'm just telling you, we're living in such a crazy time as this. But if anybody out there goes to timetofreeamerica.com and you request your tickets, anybody who buys a ticket, we have 5 people we're going to be giving a behind-the-scenes pass so they can come back there and meet all the speakers. And if you come join us in March in sunny San Diego, you get to actually surf with General Flynn. The first 5 people to show up with a surfboard actually get to surf with General Flynn in San Diego. That's a fact.
I might have to break out my skills.
That's a fact.
I surf.
Yeah, you should come. You should come.
Yeah, absolutely. I surf.
You can't surf in Canton, Ohio, because it's Canton, Ohio's Canton, Ohio. But that's in
Especially
February.
at that time of year.
Yeah, February 18th and 19th. Not great surfing weather in Canton, Ohio.
Be surfing on
And then
ice.
Redmond, Oregon in April. Again, these are the final events that we have confirmed. And if you're saying, I don't know what kind of people come to these events, if you click on the button that says read/watch reviews, you can see attendees. I think we have about 2,000 attendees so far on video talking about their experience attending. Yep. So you can see, but I'm finding people of all different colors, backgrounds, nationalities, races, religions, people that just seek freedom are coming to these events. And I encourage you to come to the event. You'll laugh, you'll learn, you'll probably cry a little bit, have a good time, meet some new friends. And I promise I love it. You'll meet normal people like that lady at timetofreeamerica.com. Just request your tickets today. And again, it's the only event that I've ever heard of where you can name your price. So if you want to go see Usher right now in Las Vegas, I think you have to pay money for that.
Yeah, it's probably $150, and you can't.
Oh, come on! But if you come to our event, you can name your price, and so you could probably spend more money on In-N-Out Burger than you spend on the actual conference ticket. It's not about the money; it's all about sharing the truth.
Clay, what are some of the main key messages that you promote through your conference?
Okay, there's 5, and I'll try not to get banned on YouTube. Okay, so 1 is that the models that said that 2.2 million Americans might die from are false. 2 is that the PCR tests that were invented by Carrie Mullis are falsely calibrated to inflate the number of positive cases. 3 is 100% treatable using budesonide, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, meaning that I actually have friends, you have friends, we have friends. Many. Dr. Vladimir Zelenko has treated 7,000 patients with 3 deaths. Your doctor, Dr. Sherwood's treated 9,500 patients with how many deaths? 0. That's a low number. And then Jim Meehan has treated now, if you do the math, 0. You follow it. Yeah. And then Dr. Jim Meehan has treated 4,500 patients with 0 deaths. So that's 1 is we want to kill the spirit of fear. Yep. 2 is we want to explain to you the agenda of the Great Reset. Because I don't know that a lot of people read this book. I mean, I don't know a lot of people say, oh man, this Great Reset book written by this sick freak Klaus Schwab. By the way, if you go to DuckDuckGo and type in Klaus Schwab Beach,
oh, don't do it.
That's a blasty blast.
It's terrifying.
But Klaus Schwab, I mean, he is a gross dude. And if you're like, oh, I love this book, I mean, you probably get slapped around by anybody with any discerning spirits that are discerning. If anybody has a discerning spirit or soul, if they see you reading this book, they're probably going to take it and throw it at you. So I'm just saying, so we explained the Great Reset agenda so you can hear the agenda. So one, we kill the spirit of fear. 2, we explain the agenda. And 3, we give you practical tools, actions, connections that you can take to fight back.
I think one of the biggest things that happens, Tara, is that so many of these great patriots from all over the country come together and network with each other and find something where everybody's going, what can I do? What can I do to help? And what they do is they locate themselves by watching the speakers on stage, and they go, I know what I can do back in my town, my city. And like the Mama Bears who came to the first event,
Iowa,
and they're the Iowa Mama Bears. They came to the first event and they were like, we don't know what we can do, but we want to get involved. And then they sit through the next, couple days.
And they got very involved.
And then all of a sudden they're very involved. They've gone back to their school board. They've gotten very involved in turning things over on their own school board in their own community. And now they're inspiring other moms to get involved and find the ways they can do something.
And if you meet me up front, you'll go, wow, you are not impressive. I can do this too. I mean, when you meet someone like me, and I mean it though, when you meet somebody like myself and you're like, oh yeah, this guy's a former DJ. He's an entrepreneur. He doesn't have a lot of vitamin D in his body at all.
Right.
This guy.
It's true.
If he can do it, if he can make an impact, I can make an impact. And you start to feel encouraged.
You do find out that so many of these speakers are just moms and dads and
normal
husbands
people
and wives that are just living a normal life, that are like, how can I take my time, my treasure, my talent, and go out and make a difference in this country? And people are finding out that it just takes somebody willing.
Not everybody's a model like Adam.
Right.
I mean, not everybody has the look of Adam. Not everybody does. I mean, some of us don't
be born
have
with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we don't
just
have
sort of
what you have, but we have a tenacity and a mental capacity needed to actually take action. I encourage everybody today, take action. Go to timetofreeamerica.com. You're going to meet sane people that look like you, that act like you. And I just say first, go to timetofreeamerica.com and read the reviews, watch the reviews. There's so many people that have come to the events going, what's going to happen? I'm the first guy there. I'm always there at 6 a.m. to greet people. Aaron's there. We're always there early. And people say, what are we going to talk about today? I mean, what's going to happen in 4 hours? Is this an upsell? Is this a multi-level? Is this a big sale? Because the ticket was cheap. I want to know what's in it for you, buckaroo. And by the end of day 2, they're like, this was the best.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. It's like the energy of like a Chiefs game or something, but it's like we're sharing the truth. It's the truth about and whoop, whoop.
Well, I wanted to, I guess, piggybacking off of what your tour is kind of about, I saw this post on Jack Posobiec's Instagram page, and really it goes into all the things that were labeled conspiracy theories last year in 2020,
right,
that are now becoming true. And a few of them that that really stood out to me was the segregation of society, the othering of the unvaccinated, which we're seeing right now across the board. Camps for the unvaccinated, that's a conspiracy theory. And then meanwhile, you look at Australia, and even in New York today, they're trying to pass a bill where New York has the right to take people out of society that they deem dangerous.
Assembly Bill A416.
Just 2 days ago, a 6-year-old boy was surrounded by 10, 15 police officers in Applebee's, and he was removed because he was unvaccinated. So a lot of this stuff is happening in real time. And I do think going to something like your tour could be a good place for some people that want to be awakened or that are unaware of what's really going on right now.
If you are out there, folks,
great,
if anyone listens to what you're saying, Adam, and thinks you're crazy, please, folks, look it up. Assembly Bill A416 is what you're referencing. Assembly Bill A416 or HR 666. I'm not making up the number. HR 666. And Congress is working on HR 6666. That's 4 sixes. And that would be the legislation that makes it possible to do what you're talking about. So it's
right over here. I pulled it up. Relates to the removal of cases, contacts, and carriers of communicable diseases who are potentially dangerous to the public health. And this is a bill that they're trying to pass, which to me is terrifying. Now, I'm pretty much a native New Yorker. I've been in New York since I was 2 months old. To me, this is so scary how far this is going in these blue states like New York City. And it really makes me think that places like Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, these are going to be the last beacons of hope and freedom that we have in this country. And that's why I fight for the Republicans right now, because you said earlier, red wave, blood of Jesus. I'm talking about the red wave Republican wave, because to me, we need to get back on track, and this country's gone way too far left.
You guys are great Americans, and I appreciate you carving out time in your busy schedule to allow us to be here with you. And I just encourage everybody, go to timetofreeamerica.com. It's not about me. It's not about we. It's all about he. My thesis is America needs more Jesus. We got to return. If we're going to save this nation, we got to seek salvation. We got to get back to what's truth. We got to seek the truth. We've got to stop buying into the Marxist lies, and we got to discover the truth about and whoop whoop and whoop whoop and all those things that would get us banned from YouTube. Thank you guys for fitting us in. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And once again, guys, you heard all the links. We're going to put the link in the description of this video so you can follow that and go to the website. And maybe we'll see you there at the event. That'd be really cool if we all get together there.
That'd be great.
Absolutely. I'll get you guys media passes. We'll treat you like royalty. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Awesome. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Hey, Tara, that was an awesome interview.
Hey, yeah.
And we were able to finagle some media passes at the end of that.
I'll be there.
Awesome.
I'll be there because actually I have a couple of friends that are going to the Phoenix one in January, so a bit of an incentive to go back.
Awesome. And it's in Arizona, Phoenix?
Yeah, the January one. But he mentioned a couple other. You can go on the website and see that there's multiple locations. I had a couple of friends that also attended the one in Dallas as well. So perfect.
Cool. So as you guys know, Clay Clark is a very, very busy man, and we're honored and privileged that he gave us 25 minutes of his time because, as you can tell, that guy is always constantly on the go. But you can
talk about that energy.
I'm jealous. I mean, not that I had energy. That guy's next level. But
you got your model looks though, Adam. So
that's what he says. I got the model looks, right?
Yeah. I always tell Adam, you got a couple more episodes you're going to be sliding by on your good looks before you got to add in some content in there.
Before I have to start working, right? Well, I was going to tell him that you're the actual model because you've actually won beauty pageants. So it's like you're the real model here. But for all of our viewers, this episode is going to be live on Apple Podcasts. It'll be on Spotify. As soon as I get around to editing it, I'm a few episodes behind. Or you, of course, go to the TNAShow.com. You can find it there. And if you guys have any guests that you want us to interview, email us, contact us. We're happy to have anybody on our channel, even Biden voters. We'll even have Biden voters on our channel. We did last week.
Adam, I think you should also do a little reference to, for the official narrative, consult the CDC.
Oh, right, guys. And of course, as you guys know, always go to cdc.gov or who.int for countervailing medical views. They are the experts when it comes to this stuff, and we're just bloggers. We're just bloggers.
I'm not important. Hi, Tara.
That's Lisa in the background. My friend.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's nobody at my studio right now. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, that's Lisa in the background.
Hi.
She's been live in the last couple days on the channel.
Yeah, I've been here. He hasn't even mentioned me, but I'm okay.
That's right. Well, this is the T&A show, not the T&L show. Awesome. All right, Tara. Well, thanks for joining as always. You were great.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks everybody for joining us in this live.
I'm gonna go play our outro music. Bye, everybody.
Well, hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and theirs. This is Tara Shapansky from the Polish American Brotherhood and Adam Francisco from Be Free My Sheeple. And you're listening to the T&A Show, the Tara and Adam Show.